Hi, hello, this is Giri, teaching 10th Mathematics, the chapter Trigonometry. Introduction to important concepts. Here, you can see this type of objects just around us. This is a slider. You can observe this slider, you can see this slider in parks and also in some of the primary schools. You see, this slider makes some angle with the ground. And this is the stand of the slider, and this is the slider. It makes some angle, and this stand make 90 degrees, or it is vertical to the ground. Now you see this second object. It is an electric pole. This electric pole is stand vertical to the ground, and there is a wire tightened to this electric pole, which makes some angle with the ground. This is an angle, and of course this make 90 degrees with the ground. Now the third one, this is a ladder. This ladder is placed against a wall. This ladder also makes some angle with the ground. Now let us know what is meant by an angle now. An angle is nothing but union of two rays. Union of two rays is called an angle. Now you see this. Here this is the first ray. This first ray has one fixed point and it goes up to infinity on the second side. And this is the second ray. It has a one fixed point and there is no fixed point on the second side. Now these two rays have a common fixed point. If two rays have a common fixed point, then this is called a common vertex or vertex of the angle. The measurement between these two rays, is called an angle. Now there are different units to measure the angle. One is degrees, generally used degrees, and the other units are grades and also radians. Now you see the different types of angles. First is an acute angle. If an angle is less than 90 degrees, then it is called an acute angle. If an angle is exactly 90 degrees, then it is called a right angle. If the angle is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, then this is called an obtuse angle. If the angle is exactly 180 degrees, then it is called a straight angle. It forms a straight line. And if the angle is more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees, then this is called a reflex angle. Reflex angle. Now if the angle is 360 degrees, then it is called a full angle or complete angle. These are the different types of angles. Now let us see how the trigonometry is derived. The word trigonometry is derived from three Greek words. This word trigonometry is derived from three Greek words. One is tri, tri means three, and gonio, gonio means an angle, and metri, metri means a measurement. Therefore, trigonometry means three angle measurement. Where can you find a three angle measurement? You can find three angle measurement in triangles. Therefore, trigonometry brought the relationship between sides and angles of a right angle triangle generally. Trigonometry is one of the important branches in the history of mathematics, and this concept is given by a Greek mathematician, Hipparchus. Now we will see. Hipparchus, a Greek mathematician, introduced the trigonometrical ratios. He is Hipparchus. He is Greek mathematician. He introduced trigonometric ratios. Therefore, he is called the father of trigonometry. And this is Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta, an Indian mathematician, wrote about sine, the concept of sine, in his famous book Aryabhatiyam in 500 AD itself. Now, basically, the study of triangles, where we deal with the angles and the sides of a right angle triangle, is used in trigonometry. It is one of those divisions in mathematics that helps in finding the angles and missing sides of the triangle by the help of trigonometric ratios. Now let us see some general uses or usages of trigonometry. Here you see this. It is a tree. You can find the height of the tree using trigonometric ratios. And this is a river passing over some state. You can find the width of the river also using trigonometry. And this is Qutub Minar, situated in New Delhi. The height of the Qutub Minar can be found using the knowledge of trigonometry. And this is an aeroplane. You can find the height or altitude of the aeroplane, and also you can calculate the velocity of the aeroplane using trigonometric concepts. And this is our solar system. You can make all calculations of solar system using the knowledge of trigonometry. If at all there are three values, for example, if A, B, C are any three values, then you can find 6 different ratios. A is to B or A by B, B by C, C by A, B by A, C by B, and A by C. Means if there are three values A, B, C, then you can find 6 different ratios. Here also, if you observe this triangle, you can find 3 sides. Therefore, using the 3 sides, you can find 6 different ratios. Those are called trigonometric ratios. The first trigonometrical ratio is sine theta. The full form of sine is SINE, but in general, in shortcut, we generally write SIN theta. You should not read this as sin theta, but you should read it as sine theta. The formula to find sine theta is opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. The name given to the ratio opposite side to theta to hypotenuse is sine theta. It is the name given to this ratio. The second ratio is cosine theta. In shortcut, you can call this as cos theta. This is the name given to the ratio adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse. And the third one is tangent of theta. In shortcut, you can write this as tan theta. The ratio is opposite side to theta by adjacent side to theta. These three are called trigonometrical ratios, and these three are called inverse trigonometrical ratios. You see, opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. The reciprocal of this is hypotenuse by opposite side to theta. This is cosecant theta. Next, the reciprocal to this is hypotenuse by adjacent side to theta. The name given to this is secant theta. The reciprocal to tan theta is adjacent side to theta by opposite side to theta. This is called as cot theta. You see this in this diagram. Here ABC is a triangle. For example, if angle A is theta degrees, then this is the side adjacent to A, and this is the side opposite to A or opposite to angle theta. And this side is always called hypotenuse as it is opposite to 90 degrees. These are the 6 trigonometrical ratios. One is sin theta, second is cos theta, and the third is tan theta. Now, these are inverse trigonometrical ratios: cosecant theta, secant theta, and cot theta. there are some facts about this. As you know that sin theta and cosecant theta are reciprocal to each other. Then if we multiply both of them, if we multiply sin theta with cosecant theta, then you can get 1. From this equality, you can write that sin theta is equal to 1 divided by cosecant theta. As cosecant theta is multiplying sin theta at LHS, if you take it to RHS, you should divide 1. Therefore, sin theta is equal to 1 by cosecant theta, or cosecant theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. Similarly, cos theta and secant theta are reciprocal to each other. Therefore, cos theta into secant theta is equal to 1, or cos theta is equal to 1 by secant theta, or secant theta is equal to 1 by cos theta. Similarly, the third one, tan theta and cot theta are reciprocal to each other. If we multiply both, means tan theta into cot theta, you will get 1. From this equality, tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta, or cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. These are trigonometrical ratios. We have 6 trigonometrical ratios. After this, let us know the trigonometrical values of some known angles. In general usage, it is better to know the trigonometrical values for 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Here you see the first is sin 0 degrees. The value of sin 0 degrees is equal to 0. The value of sin 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2. The value of sin 45 degrees is equal to 1 by root 2. The value of sin 60 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2. The value of sin 90 degrees is equal to 1. You see, the value of sin theta are in ascending order from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. There are different methods to remember these values. You can use any one of them, or better to recite it 3 to 4 times, it is enough. If once you know the values of sine, you can write the cos values very easy. The ascending order is sine values and the descending order is cos values. Sin 0 is 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 degrees 1 by root 2, sin 60 degrees root 3 by 2 and sin 90 degrees 1. If we write them in reverse order, you will get cos values. Cos 0 degrees is 1, cos 30 degrees is root 3 by 2, cos 45 degrees is 1 by root 2 and cos 60 degrees is equal to 1 by 2 and cos 90 degrees is equal to 0. Now, the third trigonometrical ratio is tan. In order to get the tan values, simply you may divide sin value with cos value. For example, tan 0 degrees value is equal to sin 0 by cos 0. That is 0 by 1 is 0. Tan 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. You can cancel 2 and 2. Therefore, 1 by root 3 is tan value. And tan 45 degrees is equal to 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 is 1. Tan 60 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. By 2 and by 2 will be cancelled. Root 3 is tan 60. And tan 90 degrees is equal to 1 by 0, which is infinity. These are the trigonometrical values of known angles. If you learn these angles, if you learn these values, you can find any other values, means cosecant 0 or secant 30 or cot 45 also you can find if you know these three values. If you are asked to find cosecant 45 degrees is nothing but 1 by sin 45. If you are asked to find cot 60 degrees, it is nothing but 1 by tan 60. If you are asked to find secant 45 degrees, it is nothing but 1 by cos 45. If you find the reciprocal of these values, you will get the other trigonometrical ratio values. The next is Pythagorean identities, trigonometric Pythagorean identities. There are three identities. You can use them in almost most of the problems. You have to use these identities. The first is sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. The second is secant square a minus tan square a is equal to 1. And the third identity is cosecant square a minus cot square a is equal to 1. These three are called trigonometric Pythagorean identities. Let me read them again. Sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. Secant square a minus tan square a is equal to 1. Cosecant square a minus cot square a is equal to 1. Let us prove any one of these identities. You see here, I took a triangle, I took a right angle at C. A is one vertex, B is the second vertex, and C is the third vertex where you can find 90 degrees. Now BC is the side opposite to A, therefore it is small a units. AC is the side opposite to vertex B, it is small b units. And AB is the side opposite to C vertex C, it is small c units. Now let us prove the first identity, that is sin square a plus cos square a is 1. From this, if you consider this triangle ABC, let us write the value of sin a and cos a. The formula to write sin a, we already come across this. Sin a is equal to opposite side to vertex A by hypotenuse. Now opposite side to A is BC, hypotenuse is AB. Therefore sin A is equal to BC by AB. Next, let us find cos A value. The formula to find cos A is adjacent side to vertex A. In order to find cos A, adjacent side to vertex A by hypotenuse. If you come to this triangle, the adjacent side to A is AC and the hypotenuse is AB. Therefore, cos A is equal to AC by AB. Now we have to find the value of sin square A plus cos square A. Of course, we have to prove that this is equal to 1. Okay, let us take LHS, sin square A plus cos square A. We have the value of sin A already. It is sin square, means let us square both numerator and denominator. That is BC square by AB square plus cos square A. Cos A is AC by AB. Therefore, cos square A is AC square by AB square. Now let us add these two fractions. As these two fractions have the same denominator, AB square itself is LCM and the numerator is BC square plus AC square. If we apply Pythagoras theorem to this right triangle, BC square plus AC square means side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square, that is AB square. Therefore, in the place of BC square plus AC square, using Pythagoras theorem, you can write AB square. Now AB square by AB square, the value of this fraction is 1 as both numerator and denominator are same. Therefore, we proved that sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. We proved the first Pythagorean identity. In the same procedure, you can prove the next two results also. These three are called trigonometric Pythagorean identities. One is sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Second is secant square A minus tan square A is equal to 1. And the third is cosecant square A minus cot square A is equal to 1. These three are very much useful in solving the problems in the chapter trigonometry. Now, trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. When can you say that the two angles are complementary? If the sum of the two angles is 90 degrees, then the angles are complementary. Okay, look at the table here. Sin theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta, and cos theta is equal to sin 90 minus theta. Secant theta is equal to cosecant 90 minus theta, and cosecant theta is equal to secant 90 minus theta. Tan theta is equal to cot 90 minus theta, and cot theta is equal to tan 90 minus theta. These are called trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. Let us prove any one of them. You see, let us consider a right triangle. ABC is a right triangle in which here angle B is equal to 90 degrees. If one angle is equal to 90, let us assume that the second angle, that is angle at C, is equal to theta. If the angle at C is equal to theta, then the third angle should be 90 minus theta. Why? How? Because if already angle B is equal to 90, sum of the three angles is equal to 180. If the sum of the three angles is equal to 180 and one angle is equal to 90, then sum of the other two should also be 90. If this is theta, then the third angle should be 90 minus theta. Okay. Now, you see this. From this triangle ABC, here we will prove this one. That is, we have to prove sin theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. LHS is sin theta. Therefore, using the formula sin theta is equal to opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. Now, you see in this diagram, this is angle theta. To this angle theta, what is opposite side? Opposite side is AB. And what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is AC. Therefore, sin theta is equal to opposite side to theta by hypotenuse, which is equal to AB by AC. And now take RHS. Cos 90 minus theta. Cos 90 minus theta is equal to, the formula to find cos theta is adjacent side to, here what is the angle? 90 minus theta. Therefore, the formula adjacent side to 90 minus theta by hypotenuse. Now, the angle is 90 minus theta. For this 90 minus theta, adjacent side is AB by hypotenuse is AC. Therefore, cos 90 minus theta is equal to AB by AC. Now, look at the equation 1 and equation 2. These two equations have same RHS. This is AB by AC and this is also AB by AC. Since both RHS are equal, you can equate the LHS also. That is, sin theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. Similarly, you can prove the remaining facts also. Thank you one and all.